So this is Flowmaster Explained by G Exhaust. We brought all the Flowmasters out, 90% of them. There's a few other ones that we didn't get because they're really unused. But for the most part, we're gonna break down each individual Flowmaster and what the best orientation for them are. So this is the Super 10. It's a basic Flowmaster with a single chamber in there, mostly used for hot rods, V8s preferably, not really recommended for 4 cylinders and V6s. So it's a single chamber. It's gonna give you a mean, aggressive rumble. One of the more aggressive Flowmasters that they make. Again, single chamber, the more chambers, probably the more sound reduction. This one only has one inside, but the Super 10, pretty infamous for being loud and aggressive. We do throw them on some V6 Chargers Challengers. Once in a while, customers are looking for a little bit more of a rumble, and you can't really get that out of the 40 or the Super 44, so we slap these Super 10s on there. Again, not ideal for V6 or 4 cylinders, but they do come in handy every once in a while when you're looking for a little bit more rumble. Next up, you got the 40 series Delta Flow, all right? The basic 40 series is a 2-chamber muffler. The Delta Flow has a little bit more technology in there. It's one extra chamber that gives it a little bit more of a unique tone instead of just a classic 40 series. A little bit more versatile. You could put these on pretty much anything. You could go V6 4 cylinders. Again, not really recommended. If you have a classic old school truck or a Chevelle or an old Mustang or something like that, this 40 series Delta Flow, in my opinion, is perfect for that American rumble. Not the best for drone reduction, but they make it sound like America. So the Super 44, again, like I said, is the most versatile of all the Flowmasters. These ones you can use on a V6, 4 cylinder, 8 cylinders. I don't know about the V10s, but you could technically use it. My recommendation is if you have a truck like a Silverado or a Camaro, you just want a nice solid rumble, you go with the Super 44 just because it's mild, not wild. Again, you have aggressive Super 10, you have a more mild but still aggressive 40 series, and then you have a little bit more of the in-between sound with the Super 44. This one has 3 chambers in it, so again, more chambers, more sound reduction, increasing the back pressure, therefore you can technically use them for 4 cylinders and 6 cylinders. This big boy right here is the 50 series HD. This one is strictly for trucks and diesels. Personally, we don't sell a ton of these just because if everybody comes in for exhaust, they're looking for some sound. This one is very, very mild, so if you're an older guy and you're just looking for a little bit more tone out of your car, out of your truck, you probably slap one of these on your Silverado, on your F-150, preferably a V8. You know, like I said, a little bit more sound. This is definitely the muffler for you guys. Very little tone. This has about 4 chambers inside it. Not one of the highest selling Flowmasters, but does get the job done. So if you just bought a brand new truck and you don't like the stock sound, but you want to amplify it a little bit just so you can hear that rumble, the 50 series is probably the muffler for you guys. This one right here is the Flowmaster Outlaw. This is by far one of the most aggressive mufflers on the market. This one's a little bit technically more aggressive than the Flowmaster Super 10, which was the most aggressive muffler that they made until they make this Outlaw. So as you can see inside, there's a couple different rings in there, which create a cool echo rumble. So you don't really get that out of a lot of other mufflers. There's not really any packing in here. This is technically a noisemaker muffler, and they call it the Outlaw because you're gonna be running from the cops if you slap 2 of these on there. If you're near one of our shops, say you want a super aggressive, ask for the Outlaw. We have them in stock, guys. This is the Flowmaster HP2. All right, this has one of the more unique designs out of all the Flowmasters. This came later on in their development. They used to be pretty much chamber mufflers only. Then they started to develop this HP series, right? So as you can see inside, it has this conic design, which is kind of like coned inside. And from the inlet and outlet, you kind of get this weird cone shape inside. And I'm assuming there's some fiberglass packed in there to deepen up the tone. So this one is extremely versatile. You can put it on pretty much any car, any truck, and it'll give you a nice, clean, deep tone. Not as much American rumble as the rest of these, but this thing is a sweet design muffler. Every car has their best application, and somebody out there is gonna slap an HP2 on there. And we'll do a video for you guys in the future.
So a lot of these mufflers you've been mentioning, mainly American cars. Can we put them on Euro cars or Japanese cars as well?
So technically you can get away with it, right? So Flowmaster is an American brand. They built their brand off American muscle. Mustangs, Camaros, Chargers, Dodges, stuff like that. And for you know, the last 40 years, they've been slapped on only American cars. Now, you got some V8 Tundras out there. You got some, you know, Japanese trucks with V8s in there. You even got some Lexuses, you know, with V8s. So you could slap some Flowmasters on there. Not ideal for the Japanese cars, but they do technically work. So if you wanted to, you can definitely get away with it. But there's also, like I said, a better orientation for every vehicle. So if you ask me, I would stick to American-made vehicles for Flowmaster, and maybe swap out the brand in the future if you decide to change up your exhaust, but you could get away with it. So that was Flowmaster Explained. So if you guys like these videos, you comment below. Let us know what brand you want us to review next. We could do MagnaFlow, we could do Borla, we could do pretty much any brand you guys want. So if you guys see something online you guys like, we'll order it just for these videos. So if you guys like it, comment, subscribe, like it, thumbs up. Come on, man, we would really appreciate it. So let us know what you guys want to see next. And if you have any questions, shoot us a DM, throw it in the comments. We're answering 24/7, guys. So let us know what you want to see next.